Thank you for joining me on our next to last video. This is video number 8, going over the Access Budget Builder tool. We just finished creating our budget, and this is the message that you get. You also get an email with this same information on it. So when you click this link, it's going to open up a PDF document, or you can also check your email, and it's going to have the PDF attached there as well. So this is what the actual printed budget looks like. This is for you to go over and keep track of. It's also a great resource when you're working with somebody else to help you with your financial plans, to have it all consolidated and easy to read in one place. And so you can quickly go through, and it's just going to follow the steps that we've already gone through in these videos and that you went through in the software. So we're going to cover your income, the regular and the irregular, and then the total amount of savings that you had that you said you were going to put towards your goals. So all those elements are in there. Your budget priorities and what your financial goals are. So remember, in our example, we were saying $1,000 to build up a cash reserve, that there were some things you wanted to buy. That's going to cost $3,000 approximately. And then the last goal was things you wanted to do. That's going to be $2,000, and you want to start that on 12/30. And so this area here, it says done. That's, you said that you were going to pay cash for those items, and so there's not a payment schedule on those, and so that's up to you when you end up doing those. If you chose you're going to make a payment, then there would be a date in here. And so the section we covered in the last video, the budget steps that you said you want help with. Remember how we said that those were going to print, and so here's where those print out. And if, like I said, if you're working with somebody, this makes it really easy for them to see the things that you said you want to do or you'd like help with. Okay, so on this page we are covering the current expense categories. This is what you currently pay right now before you enact your budget. And so these are all the categories that you chose, the amounts you chose, and whether you said it's a want or a need. Okay? On the next step, these are where you set your spending targets. And so remember, in the utilities section there wasn't a lot we could change. We said we could change electricity a little bit by turning some lights out. So if you said you can't make a change, then it's not going to print that unnecessarily. So only things that are changed. And so here's your target amount, and the difference from what you were previously spending, it shows that in there. And it goes down for each of the ones that you made a change, and it shows you the amount per category, and then the total difference. So you can see all that there. And here is your debt reduction plan. If you have more debts, they'll all be listed, but in our example we only have 2. So our first debt is our auto, and then second is credit cards, and it shows the minimum payment and the snowball payment that will be applied as we make our way through. And then these are the approximate number of payoff months and the approximate dates. And so that is your super simple but easy to follow budget. Much easier than getting out the spreadsheet, much easier than getting out your calculator and pen and pencil. And so we recommend that you go through, do the process. You'll be really happy to have this document to refer back to. And as you see, there's no names or information on this. If you want to keep this information personal and private, then that is your prerogative. So just in case you happen to leave this laying around, or if you send it to somebody, there's nothing tracing it directly back to you. It's part of our commitment to your privacy and security. All right, so join me in the next video where we are going to cover how to log back into the system and track your progress month over month so you can see how you're doing.